Things that scare me.
Selamat sore dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Selamat datang di pertandingan debat bahasa Inggris PORMABA 2022. Semoga teman-teman Spartan dalam keadaan yang baik dan sehat serta
PORMABA 2022 English Debate Competition. First of all, my name is MIPA, and I will be your chairperson for this round. Before we start, allow me to introduce to you our panel of distinguished adjudicator for today's debate. Let's start with the alphabetical order. We have Kak Dinda Permata here. And also, we have Kak Keisha Ami here. And last but not least, Kak William Arom. Thank you for the all adjudicator for the coming. Okay, so according to the result of the spin wheel at registration, the motion for today's debate is this house believes that people must attach a photocopy of ID card when buying cooking oil to prevent scarcity. So, the two teams in today's debate are from chemistry major and biology major. For the team representative I called, please introduce the debaters and the team split from first, second, third, and replay speaker. Firstly, from the government team representing biology major, please introduce your team self. Okay, for biology major, please introduce your team. I'm sorry, can you hear my voice well?
Okay, I think there's some problem with the first speaker of our team. Let me introduce our member. The first speaker is Hasya Chandrawati Putri, and the second speaker is Nurinjona Hasri, and I myself, the third speaker, and Hasya Chandrawati as reply speaker. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for biology team for the introduce. Okay, next, from the opposition team representing chemistry major, please introduce your team self.
Okay, let me introduce our team. I am Rishad Muhammad Akbar as the first speaker of the negative team, and the second speaker is Raida Halima, and the third speaker is Gianna Lofty, and then the reply speaker is me, Rishad Muhammad Akbar.
Okay, thank you for the introducing time. And before we process, I would like to remind the speaker of both teams of some rules and guidelines for today's debate. First, check your chat box frequently because the timekeeper is going to notify the time there. Second, when the timekeeper opens the POA time, the opposing team can offer POA. The speaker may accept or decline them. Third, a time limit of 50 seconds is allowed for each POA. You can do POA through the chat box to everyone, hashtag POA, or if the speaker doesn't respond you can use the raise hand feature. The maximum acceptance of POA is 3 times and the maximum rejection is 2 times. Fourth, if the backup member makes a speech, then the main member cannot continue his or her speech again and can only return to the forum after the backup member has finished his or her speech. Okay, before we start the match, I'll give you both of teams 10 minutes to the cash building until 5:18. and the case building begins. Okay, sorry, because we has some issues. Maybe we can fix it for some minute. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. So we can continue this round. Okay, without further ado, I call upon the first speaker from government, which is Hasya Chandrawati Putri, to start the debate. First speaker, you may start right now.
Okay, thank you for. Okay, thank you. Sorry for the trouble before. Honorable adjudicator, timekeeper, my beloved team, my beloved opponent, and member of the house. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala for His blessing and merciful. We can be here without any obstacles. Also, thank you for the time which given to me as a speaker, as the first speaker from affirmative team. Let me introduce myself again and my teammates. I'm Hasya Chandrawati Putri. As first speaker, I will deliver my arguments from overbuying consumer perspective. And the second speaker, Noreen Jonah, who will deliver argument from social perspective, and Brahma Fajar as the third speaker, who will rebuttal the all points of opposite side and brief summary our argument. Well, audience, our motion today is this house believes that people must attach the photocopy of ID card when buying cooking oil to prevent scarcity. The definition of the motion is ID card is an identity card with a person name, photograph, date of birth, and other information on it. Prevent means keep something from happening or arising. And scarcity means when the demand of a resource is greater than a supply of that resource as resources are limited. Overall meaning due to limited cooking oil, people must show their identity card when buying cooking oil. From the motion, we will give our timeline that we ask the affirmative team. Absolutely agree that the people must attach the photocopy of ID card when buying cooking oil to prevent scarcity. There are 2 points. First, due to scarcity about cooking oil, people compete to get amount of cooking oil and some of them be overbuying it. ID card photocopy will prevent people overbuying it because they're gonna be marked already about some amount of cooking oil and give an opportunity to other people buying it. And second, we can just start saving and live healthy after not getting the usual amount of cooking oil. We use a little dose of it and not worry run out of the stock in the short period of time. One of the bad impact after consume oily foods from article can trigger high cholesterol from trans fats. Trans fats not only increase bad cholesterol levels, but they also lower good cholesterol levels. From that explanation, we can conclude that photocopy ID card worth to know if somebody already buys some amount of cooking oil and stops them if being excessive to get it, or of the middle of middle to lower people treat equal to. We can just start living healthy due to limited stock of cooking oil. So I emphasize again the motion. This house believes the people must attach a photocopy of ID card when buying cooking oil to prevent scarcity. That enough for my argument. It will be continued by the next speaker.
Government has since faced the soaring with the prices. The government has stepped in from setting one price policy on sales of cooking oil at 14,000 rupiah per liter to making it mandatory for palm oil producers to allocate one of their domestic consumption.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you. It is not your turn to give argumentation. So now we can next to the opposition team first, and then you can reply the argumentation from his or her speaker. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. To continue, I call upon the first speaker from the opposition first, which is Risat Muhammad Turakbar, to deliver his speech. First speaker from opposition team, you may start right now.
Okay, thank you for the chance. Let me introduce myself again. I am Rishad Muhammad Rakbar from the opposition team. I would like to uh, respond first to the definition defined by the affirmative team, that we accept the definition, but we disagree to the opinion because we have another opinion or argument that I think um, it is unnecessary to ask people about the ID card just for the sake of limiting the buying of cooking oil, because I think ID card contain a lot of important and private information about us, and of course it may be misused by the people who do it wrong. Like as we know nowadays, there are a lot of ID card in NFT sites that be sold, and I know that is very that is very I know that is very harmful for the people who has the ID card, because the the information about us in the ID card may be used by crime to do bad things, and I don't think it will it will worth to worth to ask people about the ID card just for the sake of limiting the buying. And about the healthy about the healthy, I think Indonesian is still difficult to get away from cooking oil, because one of the one of the source of our economies is from cooking oil, like people selling cooking food, fast food, or something else like that. So we, as the opposition team, disagree about this, about the about we as the opposition team disagree to our motion today. And that is all from me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for the first speaker of opposition team. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to listen to the second speaker from the government, which is Norin Jauna Azri, to deliver her speech. Second speaker, you may start right now.
Okay, but the problem is the decree or instructions from the Ministry of Trade, the Republic of Asia, regarding the implementations of buying cooking oil using a photocopy of an ID card or family card only regulates the highest retail price or hat for cooking oil, with restrictions on buying cooking oil. The requirement carry a family card in the data in purposes in the again essence of tea. Everyone who shows ID card when buying cooking oil can entitled to buy a maximum 6 liter at the price of $40,000 for 40,000 rupiah per liter. Even though they had key for a long time, a resident seems to be still wanting to get a cooking oil, which is currently rare to find. So, with the face soaring price, the government has stepped in from setting one price policy on the sales of cooking oil. Based on what I said before, at 14,000 rupiah per liter, to making it mandatory for palm oil users, the sales of cooking oil, to allocate 1/5 of their output of domestic consumer at fixed prices, to capping all retail price. The aim of this things is food stability task force can move quickly to tackle. That's all my speech. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the second speaker from the government team. Now I call upon the second speaker from the opposition team, which is Raida Halimah, to deliver his speech. Second speaker from the opposition team, you may start right now.
Okay, thank you for the time. My name is Raida Halima. I want to respond the opinion of Speaker 2 Pro. The requirement to bring a photocopy of the EKTP actually make it difficult for people who want to buy cooking oil. Moreover, EKTP is an official identity card that is prone to be misused for other purposes or even for crime. In addition, there are some negative impact of collection photocopies of EKTP. For example, such as the use of identity by certain individuals to make online loans or access banking data. Because we can buy cooking oil anywhere, such as food stalls, which are not supervised institution. So there will be people who take advantage of the situation. Government must find the other effective. I'm sorry. Government must find the other effective way to distribute cooking oil stocks, like limiting the stock in the market or give a suggestion about the loss of panic buying, especially when buying cooking oil. Thank you. That's my response to Speaker 2 Pro.
Okay. Thank you for the second speaker from the opposition team. I shall now call upon the third speaker from the government team, which is Brahma Fajasiswanto, to deliver her speech. Third speaker, you may start right now.
Okay, thank you for the time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now I will summarize the debate and explain why my team argument is better and more worthy. First, I will rebut the other team's argument, and then I'll reinforce my team's points and explain why they still stand at the end of this debate. First, from the first speakers of position team say that Indonesian society is still hard to stay away from the cooking oil, and with this program of attaching photocopy of ID card when buying cooking oil is the first step, the step to stay away from the unhealthy lifestyle, because like our first speaker said, it is unhealthy to consume a lot amount of oil because it can resulting in cholesterol disease. And I will rebut the arguments from the first and second speaker of the opposition team that said that there will be misuse of personal information, because like our team second speaker said that the data will be inputted in a system that that the data is inputted in on the system that regulated by the government, the Ministry of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia, and it should be safe for our data to be inputted. So I will the most important thing to remember in this debate is the attachment of photocopy of ID card is to prevent the overbuying of cooking oil, and will help the lower to middle economy society to buy the cooking oil, because the government set the one price. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the third speaker from government team. It is now time to listen to the rebuttals of the third opposition speaker, which is Gianna Lovely Angel, to deliver her speech. Third speaker, you may start right now.
Okay, thank you for the time. I'm Gianna Lovely Angel from the opposition team. I'm here as the speaker 3, and I will just explain why our team is disagreeing with this motion, especially with the arguments from the government team. I would like to point out what my partner Rishad had said. It is unnecessary to ask people about the ID card because the decreasing stock of cooking oil can be caused by a lot of factors, not just like it won't be what is it? It won't be necessary for people to attach a photocopy of ID card because it would be scarcity anyway. And ID card also contain a lot of important and private information about us, so it could be misused by people who would do bad things. About the unhealthy lifestyle, I think we could still use cooking oil and be healthy as well. We could just drain the oil and eat our food after that. Um, and I would like to point out some examples for this inconvenient with attaching photocopy of our ID. Um, Last February, a basic food trader at a traditional market in Kudus Regency, Central Java, complained about the conditions for purchasing cooking oil from a supplying agent. And that's because the supplier provides a requirement that the purchase of cooking oil must register online and submit an ID card, which is very inconvenient. And we would like to prevent this scarcity with a lot of convenience. So we think we should disagree with the arguments because it is very inconvenient to attach a photocopy of ID card. Yeah, that is the end of my argument. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the third speaker from the opposition team. Before we move to the next round, which is a replying speaker, I would like to remind you that when timekeeper open the PO8 times, which is sent on the chat column, the opposing team can offer POA, and the speaker may accept or decline them. So we can make this debate more can be run as well as debate in the comment. So we can run this debate well. Okay, now that we have heard all the three speakers from both of them, to summarize, I call you upon opposition replay speaker, which is Risat Muhammad Nur Akbar, to make his replay speech. The replay speech can start right now.
Okay, thank you for the chance. I would like to give my reply speech. That first, there are clash of the debate from the affirmative team and the opposition team. So I would like to give what arguments my teams are just said. First, our first argument is um, it is not worth it to ask people about the ID card just for the sake of limiting the buying of cooking oil because of the private information, and it can be misused by people who did wrong and can be sold in NFT sites. And our second argument is um, it is make people who want to buy cooking oil difficult. And moreover, the e-KTP is an official identity card that is prone to be misused for other purpose. In addition, there are some negative effects of collecting photocopies of e-KTP. For example, such as uh, the identity of the use of the identity by certain individuals to make online loans, or we can call it Indonesia as pinjol or pinjaman online, or accessing bank data, because we can buy cooking anywhere, such as food stalls which are not supervised by institution. And third the third argument of from us is last February, a basic food trader at some traditional market in Central Java complained about the condition for purchasing cooking oil from a supplying agent, because the supplier provides a requirement that the purchase of cooking oil must register online and submit the ID card. Uh, it is said that in order to buy cooking oil from supplying agents, they had to buy other products such as margarine, rich rich flour. Um, I think and then I will give the affirmative team argument, that first argument, which if I don't wrong to hear it, the first is because it is to prevent the scarcity of the cooking oil, and then we Indonesian can start healthy life with get away from cooking oil. And then the the third argument is, uh, it is said that the government said it's the way to control highest retail price of cooking oil. And I would like to give my advantages of our argument and the disadvantage of the affirmative team argument. First, our affirmative our advantage argument are, uh, of course, our of course uh, crime that sell informative information card is really can't be handled easily, and I don't think it is worth to give our identity card just to buy cooking oil. And then uh, I don't think if Indonesian start to get away from cooking oil, it will make our country be better, because as
Okay,
I said.
sorry,
Okay.
time's up.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
I
you.
have to stop you and let's move to the next speaker. Okay, I shall now call upon the government replay speaker, which is Hasha Chandrawati Putri, to make her replay speech. Replaying speech start right now. Okay, sorry. Hello. from replay speech. Can you hear my voice well? Okay, maybe the speaker has some issues. Anyone back up from the government team? Okay. From the government team? The replay speech from the government team is heavy. Can you hear my voice well?
Okay. Am I audible?
Okay, you
Excuse me.
can start.
Am I audible? Okay, thank you. So I'm from the affirmative team from biology, and I will become the repile speaker. That from the first speaker from our team, and the second speaker, and also the third speaker, that we say that we're totally agree about that using the ID card, it could be prevent the scarcity of the
I'm sorry, Hebi.
Okay.
Okay, can you on camera to?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Let me try. Okay.
Okay, you can continue your speech.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry for the trouble. So yeah, let me begin my argument that I'm from the affirmative team and I will become the reply speaker. So we're from affirmative team. We say from the first, second, and the third speaker that we totally agree that by using the ID card, it could be prevent the scarcity of the cooking oil, because as we know that there's a lot of people out there who have kind of ego that people who have a lot of money could make or to buy more than they need to buy a lot of oil. So it could be make the cooking oil could be scarcity. And also there is a lot of advantages about it that we can take from it. One of it is also it could be make like the whole life circle, the new lifestyle circle, because when we're using a less cooking oil, it could be, you know, kind of make our awareness about our healthy to using less oil when we cook something, as we know, and as the third speaker said before, that as we know that people right now in the pandemic era right now, there's a lot of people in the house, and so it's prefer from them to cooking by themselves and trying to make their own food and something. So when it happened, when they have kind of a lot of cooking oil at the house, so it could be make them cooking with oil more than they need actually. So if we have kind of rules from the government to when we want to buy kind of cooking oil by using the ID card, it could be make us more aware about our own healthy, because of that or of limited rules of it. So we don't have a lot of oil at home. So we can think about our healthy, that we kind of cooking with something healthy with less cholesterol from the oil, and we prefer to using the other oil, and also using kind of the fried rice, or excuse me, I mean like the fryer pan that kind of cooking with no oil at all. I think that's all from us. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the replay from the government teams. So that marks the end of the debates. The adjudicator will now do an evaluation for today's debate and hand over the result. So I will give the floor to the adjudicators to give the evaluation for today's debate. To the adjudicators, time is yours.
Oke, aku masuk ya.
Okay, you can start.
First of all, I think many of participants in this debate is new from this, because the time spent on the debate is too short, and I think the people who have a good speech and a good pronunciation is reply speaker from government team and third speaker from opposition team. And first of all, and the first speaker from government team gave their opinion about is may trigger high cholesterol, and the second speaker from government team give some evidence and the fact of the motion. And for the third speaker from government team is the opinion is from third speaker is stay away unhealthy lifestyle. And for the opposition team, they disagree and is aware crime because the identity card, and may some people take advantage, and the government must limiting oil. And from the third speaker is can contain privacy, and she is rebut about the unhealthy lifestyle. So I think the team who gave a right opinion in this debate is opposition, because they understand why they disagree about the motion. And for the government team, I think the motion was about scarcity, so it's deviating from the motion. Maybe they can discuss the opinion why the purchase of oil is restricted. And for me, that's all. And
Okay, thank you, Kak William. Maybe from the other adjudicators will give some evaluation to this debate. Time is yours.
Aku masuk ya. First of all, I agree with William, which you guys kind of not argue about the motion and theme line. That specifically, so the government and the opposition team goes in the opposite way. It's not about the ID card or the scarcity, but the government team speak about the unhealthy, the using oil, reducing the consumption of oil, but the opposition team speak about the ID card more, and that is speak about the motion more clearly. And I want to point out the time management here. You guys are given 7 minutes to tell us, the audiences, about your argument, which is, I think it is a lot of time to convince us which team are more better and more clear to win this debate. And the motion are given 1 week before this match, so I think there is a lot of time to search about this motion. There are 3 motions, but then you are given 1 week, which is a really long time to search about these 3 motions. And for me, in my opinion, the arguments in this debate is really a little. So your time management here, you can do better in your time management. And I also agree with William that the speaker who has better pronunciation as the reply speaker and the third speaker. And so I think you guys can do better than this. And but this is only the first match, and regardless the result, you guys already do your best, and thank you for this debate.
Okay, thank you, Kak Keisha Ami, for the evaluations for today's debate. And we can move to Kak Dinda, maybe, if you have any evaluation for today's debate. Time is yours.
I want to appreciate for the hard work of both teams. I only have some comments on the both teams. First, for the replay speaker of the government team, you don't need to repeat on every argument of your teams or opposite team. You just need to convince us, the audience, or you emphasize your argument that your team should win. So you don't need to talk for a long time to only repeat all your arguments. And then for the opposite team, I think you guys are quite good, but but you need to give more credible source for your argument, and then maybe you can give another reason for, like, not only the cooking oil is not only for the personal needs, but it can also for the maybe the trader or the merchant, a little merchant who needs a lot of oil for his foods. So if they can have the amount of oil they actually need, they can really cooking their food, and they can really sell their food. And then you guys need to have a more interaction, because I think it the both of the team is kind of didn't really give like they don't like I'm sorry. The both teams is kind of like of the interaction. I think they should for the next match they should give a lot of more dynamic to this debate. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the evaluation session from the Kak William, Kak Keisha, and Kak Dinda. And okay, thank you to all the adjudicators for the evaluation. I would like to announce that the result and the final score of today's debate will be uploaded on Instagram at PORMABA 2022. So keep on following PORMABA 2022 social media to get more information. Next, I would like to thank both teams who took part in this PORMABA 2022 English debates competition. I would like also to say thank you to all the adjudicators who contribute time and effort to this competition. If there were any inconvenience during the competition on behalf of the committee, I would like to say apologize. Before we close this forum, it would be nice if we close with a prayer. So the prayer begins. The prayer enough? Okay, I'm Muhammad Mik Prasunanda, and thank you for your attention. Have a good day, good evening, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.